All right, so let's get this guy open and see what we have inside here. A couple of weeks ago, I made a video about how to build this sleeping platform back here. Overall, it worked out really well. I took it camping one night. The biggest downfalls to it are obviously its size and the fact that it only folds at the top. So that has a couple disadvantages. Number one, it makes it difficult to carry. It's kind of hard to store. And then you can't travel with the seats in the upright position because of the thickness of it. When I made that video, I asked for your guys' suggestions on and ideas as to what you guys are doing and what you've built and things like that. And there were some really cool ideas as to, single-sided plywood things. Like EZAP made this really cool setup with Gorilla Tape, a hinge, and a piece of plywood. So that was a cool idea. There were many others, but by far the biggest suggestion I got, or the biggest thing I was told by you guys, is that you use air mattresses to sleep in the back of the car. I've not been a huge fan of air mattresses over the years. We have one, and it seems to transmit the cold. It's kind of thick, and it just doesn't feel very mattress-like. It's also kind of big, so it really wouldn't fit in the back of the car. When Channing Lindsay told me about this company, Luno Life, I thought I would give it a try. So I went to the website. They have a video there, and they also have some photos of how this thing works. As you can see, I ended up ordering one. Extremely compact. I mean, size-wise, we're talking, this thing weighs maybe 10 pounds or so. I didn't weigh it. Whereas this guy over here is almost a full sheet of plywood, plus the padding, plus the hinges, etc. So not only is it awkward, it's a little bit heavy. So what we're going to do today is we're going to pull this out of the bag. We're going to talk about it. We're going to set it up, and I'm going to let you know what I think of it. If you have any questions, as always, please leave them below. If you want to order one of these guys at the end of the video, there's going to be a discount code, and there will also be a discount code in the description. So let's get started with the video. Thanks for watching, guys. When you open up the box from Luno Life, you get two of these blocks that you put behind the seats. So that allows you to move the seats all the way forward, put the blocks in, and slide the mattress all the way on. Kind of like on the back of my mattress, I use the 2x4s to prop up the back where there's no support from the car. So that's what these guys are. These inflate. You get your 12-volt charger, and then of course your mattress. This mattress is made out of a non-slip, scratch and puncture resistant material. We're not talking a tiger sleeping in bed with you, but we are talking about, a dogs with decently trimmed nails, things like that. You should be just fine with this, especially if you have blankets and things on top of it. Another cool thing about this mattress is the material itself. It's not plasticky like a lot of air mattresses are. It has a one-way valve, which is really cool. So you can see the valve all the way open. It allows air to discharge really quickly if you want to deflate it. But to inflate it, you basically plug in the first part, and now it's a one-way valve. So when you pump it up, and you take the pump away, air doesn't just flow out freely. It's also dual-sided, so you can pump up one side or both, depending on if you have someone sleeping with you or if you just want a bigger area. And that's kind of nice because if you are sleeping with someone else who moves around a lot, you're not going to get all that movement translated over to you. And you can also inflate or deflate each side to whatever your comfort level is, depending on who's there. There is also, and I'll show you it a little bit later, there is a valve that during the night, if you want to take some air out, it's very simple. You pull the cap, just push the valve in, and it releases a little bit of air. So it's kind of fully adjustable throughout the night versus having to wake up. And some of those air mattresses have just those tiny little valves on them, and you gotta squeeze them to get the air to come out. This is a really ingenious system on how they did it. Beyond those things, it also actually is made for the back of the Crosstrek, so it actually fits the little door parts where the doors swing out a little bit. So it's nice and comfortable, gives you a nice full base, and again, fully customizable to your comfort level. Inside the bag, you also get a bag to carry this with. So, and as I mentioned a little bit ago, much easier to just carry all this stuff than my big sleeping platform that I made. So let's put it in the back of the car and I'll show you how the setup goes. We have the mattress back here in the bag. We're going to start with these little blocks first. So we're going to put those up here. We're going to take our 12-volt inflator. I've got the car on already. I've got the seats moved all the way forward, and I've got them pretty upright as well, so we can fit this stuff in. So we're going to take our inflator. We're going to plug that into our outlet here. We need this little guy. This makes life a little easier. All right, so you take your block, you make sure that the deflate or button here is locked. Open up the inflate, and here we go. All right, and as far as these blocks, there is a good way to do this. You have the word door here, and you have your valves. You want those on top, and you're going to point the door arrow towards the door. All right, same thing, we're going to point the door towards the door. And now we're going to do the mattress. All right, so these guys go up front, so do the valves. Okay, so like we talked about, the valve's fully open. You want to put the one-way valve in there. Make sure it's tight. And begin inflating. Again, it's nice, the air doesn't escape. Once you get the mattresses blown up to where you want them, you just slide them in place. So you see they slide up all the way against the chairs, and I have the chairs as far as they'll go forward. And basically what happens is they rest on these air blocks that we talked about. So it gives you the support beyond the support of the chairs. You can see here that the mattress is specifically made for the Crosstrek by how it comes out here. Kind of matches the little extra space you have with the doors. And then here's the separation between the mattresses, which hopefully if you have a restless sleeper sleeping with you, will cut down on that movement being transferred to you. You can also just deflate one or inflate one side and leave the other side flat and store your gear in there for the night so bears or whatever don't get to you. So the other thing I wanted to mention while we're on this side is this comfort valve here. And we talked about that earlier. And basically if you get in bed and you find it's too firm, pull that open, release some air. Very cool, very neat idea by them. And the only thing to mention here is, as Luno Life let me know, that in cold weather, sometimes those little valves can stick a little bit, so you just got to be careful. Make sure you get this pushed back all the way so it doesn't leak a bunch of air out on you. So here's a view from the back. You can see that, you know, you're really taking advantage of pretty much all the space back here. Come on over to this other side. Again, you have your own control on this side as well. And all you need to do is throw a blanket, throw a sheet, whatever it is you like over this, and then climb on in and see what you think. All right, so I just grabbed a quick blanket from inside. This one's really not big enough for this, but to give you an idea, we can try it out here. So you throw your blanket on. And then climb aboard here. And it really does offer a lot of support. I mean, even way up here on the top, I don't feel like it's bending in. I do have a little bit too much air for my taste in here though, so I'm gonna lower it. So that's much better. So you can feel, you know, obviously if you have the mattresses at different firmness, you're gonna feel the gap in the middle. So if you're gonna be sleeping back here yourself, you need to make sure you get them pretty close. But there's a lot of room back here. One of the nice benefits to this mattress design as well is that you're not going to lose a lot of headroom, because this is 4 inches versus, you know, some of the mattresses I've seen are very tall, and you guys even commented to me that the only problem you found with your Air mattress is that you lost some headroom in here, so it was a little bit tight. One of the things that Luno Life also offers is a little LED strand of lights that's battery powered, that's rechargeable. So you can string those around. I did not get those, but that's an option. And they also have a thing called the nightstand, which basically sits on the back of your seat and is just kind of a nice place to stick all of your stuff. So those are some other options. So the website's lunolife.com if you want to check that out. And again, if you want to purchase one of these systems, there is a coupon code with my name below right here in the video, and then you'll also find it in the description if you decide you want to pick one of these up. I'm really happy with it. I am not, as I mentioned, a huge Air mattress fan, but I like the way this fits. I like the height, I like the material, and I like the adjustability of it. One of the things that's a bummer is if you air something like this up and at 3 in the morning you wake up and you're uncomfortable, it's kind of a pain on a normal mattress to adjust it. This is made very simple by them, which I like, and I really do like the fact that you have 2 sides to this. If you're like me and you're not a huge fan of sleeping in a tent, this is a great option. And it's quieter in your car, it's safer, and you know me, I hate being cold. It's also warmer inside the car, so that's a good deal as well. But free shipping in the US, and it was actually really quick. Got it in like 3 days. So overall, I am very pleased with how this is working out. I think this is going to be really a great way to go for me personally, and it's going to save me from having to rebuild my other sleeping platform. Next time I go camping, I'm going to try this guy out and see how it goes. If you guys have any questions or you have any comments, please leave those below. Or as always, you can send me an email. And now we're going to just show you how easy it is to deflate all of this and get it back in the bag. One of the problems with stuff that inflates, it's very difficult to get back in the same shape that it came with, or that it came to you in. So I'm going to show you how easy it is with those valves that can open up all the way, and we'll get it back in the bag. Thanks for watching, guys. I wanted to give you a good view of how this guy works over here, how easy it is to deflate these things. Open up here, here we go. Pull that, and then you just pull the valve and you can see the air starts coming on its own. So many times you got to lay on some of this stuff to get it to come out. Same kind of deal. It isn't a one-way valve here, but these also deflate very quickly. This thing will work better if you fold it.